This galaxy is vast, but I got time for you to explore it. I'm searching for that little gem, scanning deep not to ignore it. Hope I find somewhere where the sky is blue, parking there just like this in view. To the night, fields of hope surround me on this planet in the night. Each system that I pass is a chance to find a sweet one. Sweep my scanner fast, and then the devil's in the detail. That's the fun, the fun. Looking wide and high from running right alive, hoping that this is the one. Life springs up, it reaches to the light. Fields of hope surround me on this planet. Life springs up, it reaches to the light. Fields of hope type 1, a type 2, a type 3, a type 4, a type 5, a type 6, a type 7, 7, 7, 7th heaven. She must be mine. Never wanna share her little boy. Know her lines, I know her heart. She blows my mind. Don't ever wanna leave that carrier without her anymore. I know I used to have another, but now they're lying on the carrier. Know that she's my type, and she's the one I'm dreaming of. Type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5, type 6, type 7, 7, 7, 7th heaven. The way she glides, building a sweet pie to take her to. Don't call her large, don't say those words. I know I used to have another, but now they're lying on the carrier. Know that she's my type, and she's the one I'm dreaming of. I know I used to have a lover, but now they're lying in the gutter. Know that she's my type, that she's the one I'm dreaming of. She ain't no brick, she's not a cube of steel. She's full of warmth, she's full of dare, that's what I feel. When she carries me across the night, I feel life flick on inside my life. She's a big heart in a cold world, and I feel close, and I don't wanna change it, don't wanna change the way I feel about you. She's a big girl in a cold world, and I need her, yeah. I love her, and I need her, and I want her, and I take her, and I got her. I know I used to have another, but now they're lying on the carrier. Know that she's my type, that she's the one I'm dreaming of. I know I used to have a lover, but now they're lying in the gutter. Know that she's my type, that she's the one I'm dreaming of. I'm in heaven when I'm flying in my type 7. I'm in heaven when I'm flying here with you. I'm in heaven when I'm flying in my type 7. I'm in heaven when I'm flying here with you. A type 1, a type 2, a type 3, a type 4, a type 5, a type 6, a type 7, 7, 7, 7th of heaven.
I awake to Marlborough smoke lit by a Venetian blind. The dry ice is choking my lungs, and a ZX Spectrum plays a game made of lines. An American werewolf passes my way with the glow of St. Elmo's fire. Prince appears in the purple rain, watch Madonna and laugh, I bet just wanna have fun. Tom Cruise didn't need no surgery, and he never took no roids. A guy called Braven was coding a haven for a creature he called the Thargoids. Living in the 80s, but Grace Jones, she could break your balls. Living in the 80s, but face huggers and aliens melting the walls. Living in the 80s, Mickey Rourke had a face and rumble with Ace. Living in the 80s. early in the morning. Debbie, Harry and Videodrome, yes, VHS it was a calling. Yippee-yi-yay was a cool thing to say. Jackie would think it was all child's play. Tom Cruise didn't need no surgery on, he never took no roids. A guy called Braben was coding a haven for a creature he called the Thargoids. Living in the 80s, driving power boats with Miami Vice. Living in the 80s, in a red Ferrari with Magnum PI. Living in the 80s, moving cocaine up for 48 hours. Living in the 80s, MC Hammer and his weird pajamas. Living in the 80s, living in the 80s, living in the 80s.
Lost young hearts, living rough, so vulnerable, gathered by a hangman's rope. With apocalyptic words they charm their souls, locked into the hype charts, there's no hope. They first just wish to see the bubble burn, to meet the makers of their fate. The front row seat to watch humanity's fall, any chance to leave was much too late. So the Fargo will arrive, bring glory to us all. Please take our soul tonight, tonight. Purified in spirits, lightened by daily drugs injected oh so deep. The order talks of meeting God, yes God, an appointment one must really keep. Fasting then removed all resistance, the chapter lay inside the crypts. They willed their deity to come meet them all, to take their soul oh so quick. So glory to us all. Please take our soul tonight, tonight.
And so they walked into the crypts, high on narcotics and weakened by fasting, yet full of excitement to meet their God. Not what the Oak would refer to as the Thargoids, but an omniscient and most holy being, to meet their Maker. And on that day they believed that all of humanity would be destroyed, but those that would heed the truth would ascend into the air light and be transformed. science. 3 days to shift it all. We'd never seen such a mountain moved by people, good people with a goal. Passing off class, oh so fast, the very first one to break that barrier. Not a carrier, just a dream. Jumping now
Right now, the bubble's on fire and the bugs are really starting to grow. We made a grab on the Witch-Head Nebula. I think we poked a beat there, so I got the ships, I got them engineered, but now I need some new parts too. I'm running mad from the Guardian side, only need 1002. Jump on board, come on, let's maul the crew. Jump on board, hey, you can see my flight suit too. Jump on board, or you can press my new Taipan. Jump on board, let's make friends with the beautiful swarm. We'll go hunting for some bugs tonight, or looking in a sauce or two. So here's the list so you don't get pissed, jumping in and losing your cool. Threat 1, nothing but NPCs flying in the deep blue sky. Threat 2, maybe a Thargoid probe, move it and see if you die. Threat 3, a Thargoid scouts inbound, scratching on your paintwork fast. Threat 4, it's a cloud of debris, or watch it, baby, watch your ass. Threat 5, is that an interceptor, a cyclops to look into your mind. Threat 6, or a basilisk, the king of serpents arise. Threat 7, you are going to heaven, but Medusa's got you in her eyes. Threat 8, tries to scout on a hydra, just keep the whole alive. Jump on board, come on, let's maul the crew. Jump on board, and you can see my flight suit too. Jump on board, or you can get my new Taipan. Jump on board, I think you found a beautiful swarm. I feel it's looking at you. It's coming for you. Again, they're coming for you. Still they're coming for you. I think they're looking at you. Oh, they're gonna kill you. Oh yeah, they're coming for you. Non-human signal sources flashing in my mind. I think the bugs are trying to tell us to leave this place behind. Colonia seems so peaceful, but it's oh so far away. The bubble is full, we can lose 1,000 stations and still play. Elite, it's dangerous if you go looking for trouble. Elite, it's dangerous, putting in pain and trouble. Elite, it's dangerous, staring in Medusa's eyes. Elite, it's dangerous if you don't have a rebuy. Elite, it's dangerous if you go looking for trouble. Elite, and it's dangerous, boogie in pale and trouble. Elite, and it's dangerous, staring in Medusa's eyes. Elite, and it's dangerous if you leave your rebuy behind. Don't forget your rebuy.
Hello and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders.
Greetings, Commanders.
The show that talks about the universe of Elite
and the development of the computer game Elite 4, known as Elite Dangerous,
and the fantastic
community that surrounds it.
Broadcast from the current Sidewinder and hosted by a vending machine technician.
A place of nonsense and innuendo for forum dads.
A self-contained podcast 2 hours long.
Transmitting to every corner of the galaxy.
It's even louder than me.
The hottest show this side of Dizzo.
The name of the place.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 551 of Lave Radio, the show that talks about the universe of Elite Dangerous and the fantastic community that surrounds it. I'm your sleep-deprived host, Commander Phoenix to Fire, otherwise known as Colin Ford, Chief Archivist of Lave Station, and joining me in the Orange Sidewinder bar for this week, we have our SRV Banksy, that'd be Commander Alec Turner.
Hello, I'm back, and I've lost the plot.
We also have our head of health and safety, that'd be Commander Edelweiss, otherwise known as Ben Moss Woodward.
Hey, Colin, and I've never had the plot to begin with.
And finally, we have our staff liaison officer, Commander Psychit, otherwise known as Claire.
Some kind of a plot. There are notes, but I'm not 100% there either. It's going to be a great show, lads. It's going to be a great show.
Right, so if you wish, you can join us live. We do have the Chris Mark IV hanging out in game at Lave Station, staring wistfully out of the window, and I do believe Apathis is with him. So you can join him there. If not, you can join us in the in-game chat, which you can access through laveradio.com/live. Click on the live chat, or go straight to twitch.tv/laveradio. If you want to chat there. So, quickly, go round at the crew, see what they've been up to for the last couple of weeks. We'll start with Alec this week.
Hello. I guess none of us were here last week, so it's not really like I've been away, because we've all been away. Yes, I went on holiday. I went back down to Cornwall, to this hotel that we like that does loads of crafts and sports and stuffs, and had a good time. Except they're quite an old-fashioned hotel, and it just works. It's been working for many, many decades, and my formula with that kind of thing is don't mess with it. And unfortunately, they've messed with it. So they have this big sign-up room for all the activities and things you can do during the day, and it's like literally a load of paper sheets, blue tacked to a wall. And you go and put your name down on things you want to take part in, and they've replaced it with somebody's sound a death knell. They've replaced it with an app, and it's not a good app, and it's been developed by somebody in India, and it's not good. It's really not good. So we didn't do many activities.
The important question to know is, did you build a chair this year?
No, this wasn't the chair building place, but I did build. What did I make? I did make a Christmas decoration. I melted some glass into the shape of a Christmas tree, and put a tea light behind it, and stuck it in a bit of wood. So I have made my first Christmas decoration of the year. So that was good. Anyway, that was good. It was a nice week. And then, apart from the stupid app, and then we came back and realised that we came back on late on Thursday and realised that Friday night we were off to see Bill Bailey. So, which I'd completely forgotten about. So I went to see Bill Bailey on Friday night, who I've never seen before. Well, obviously, numerous times on TV and videos and stuff, but never live. And he was great. He's really good. He's such a solid, funny, reliable comedian, and I just love his. He plays. I'm sure anyone who's seen him on almost anything will know he plays lots of musical instruments. And he paces the stage and tells stories and picks up instruments and is a damn fine musician and plays, crazy things like mandolins, and he played a laser harp and also he did a Kraftwerk rendition of Wheels on the Bus played on the laser harp, which was spectacular. It's great. I really enjoyed Bill Bailey. In game, so I said I'd lost the plot partly because having been away, I just feel like I don't have my finger on the pulse of what's going on. I really sort of feel out of touch of what's happening because it's been a busy week. But I've also kind of lost the plot in game. I don't quite know what I'm doing. I became obsessed with time trials to the point where I think I sort of hate them, and I need to really walk away from them. 'Cause I just I can't improve on any of my times, and I'm just going round and round and round doing time trials when I should be trying out things like this new Type 11 ship that everyone's raving about. So yeah, I'm floundering a bit at the moment. I need to find a new sense of purpose in Elite, but I'm sure I'll get there. And that's about it. I cashed in on my weak attempt at doing the exploration CG, but I wasn't even top 75. But I got some cash.
Cash is useful.
Yeah.
Right, moving on. We will go with Ben.
Yeah, feels like it's been ages for me. So, I've been basically playing Tetris in real life, but that's stopped now, thankfully. I think I've been to see some films, but I can't remember what now because it's been so long. Colin and I had lots of fun playing CQC when it worked last week. Game-wise, I've been doing some Elite, some... I picked up Spider-Man 2 in a sale, I think it was. Or I picked up Spider-Man 2 and then decided, you know what, if I'm going to play Spider-Man 2, I really have to start with Spider-Man 1 and play that and Miles Morales again. So I kind of did that. I got a new hard drive to replace the one that said it had half a bad sector or something like that. But it's about 5-6 years old, so it's like, you know what, it's led a good life. There's only 256 gigs, so I replaced my operating system's hard drive with a 2 terabyte one, and that's nice and roomy, I guess. And it just meant it was an opportunity to basically reinstall absolutely everything from scratch, so everything's nice and clean. But it did lead to some interesting "why isn't this working the way it used to work" situations. But I seem to be streaming, so that's important and that helps. Yeah, that'll do for now, I think.
Speaking of which, Ben, where are you? I feel like
I am
we should
currently
comment on where
nestled
you are.
between a fat bloke's ass cheeks.
Excellent. There we go.
Or for podcast listeners.
Yeah. Oh, it's all got a bit dark as well. It was. How do you pronounce that system, Alec? Riandy or something like that.
Riandy? Yeah, that'll do.
I'm at the collision between the two planets in Rianadi, and it all suddenly went pitch black. So yeah.
Which the Galaxy was kind enough to stage perfectly on time for Tuesday night's Lave Radio.
I know, it's very kind of them, isn't it?
It's kind of the
Yeah,
Galaxy.
you seem to have got into the cleft of the buttocks there, I think.
I think I might have
shadowed
dove a little
area.
bit too deep.
Putting the Type 10 in a cleft, I get you. Type 11 in a cleft, even.
11,
nice.
my Type 11 is... Well, I've got this hope that once these two planets collide, we'll be left with a great big asteroid field, and then I can use the Type 11 to mine it.
Good shout. Well,
that makes so much sense.
I think that will definitely happen and is absolutely within the limitations of the Cobra engine.
Yep. Yeah, it'd be absolutely amazing to see when the two planets go boom and turn to magma and everything like that.
Okay, and then next week, how hard can it be?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear, Claire.
Hi. Really well, actually. Like the week before last, I didn't really get up to much. We were been playing space games and all of that good stuff because space games are really really cool, and it's been a lot of fun. Over the weekend, I went over into Big Smoke and went to London because the lovely folks over at you might not have heard of them. A company called Frontier Developments. They might be new to you to hear. They're releasing a game next month called Jurassic World Evolution 3, and they very very kindly invited me to go to an event or a preview of an activation that they had in London, and it just so happened that Chris and I had already bought tickets, or no, not bought tickets, secured tickets to the Saturday, to like the general public one. So we were in London anyway. So on the Friday, I went to the preview event. I got to play the game for like an hour. I have footage of the game for an hour that I still need to put a voiceover on because it's so good. They've done such a good job with it, and it was like a full immersive experience done in conjunction with Secret Cinema. So there was, yeah, it was brilliant. It was genuinely brilliant. It was such an immersive event at the London War Museum, I want to say, something along those lines. Really, really fun. And then on the Saturday, Chris and I went to the Jurassic, very dinosaur heavy, the Jurassic World experience, which is also in London in Battersea at the moment. We went to that, which was equally brilliant with a few more animatronic dinosaurs, as in any animatronic dinosaurs in comparison to the Frontier one, and one more baby dinosaur that you could stroke. Yeah, it's so good.
It looked so good.
Yeah, that was at the Frontier one. That looked amazing
though.
Yeah. Yeah.
The reason I was chuckling was I just find it very ironic that you're going to a dinosaur event at the War Museum.
The Wall Museum at the London Wall. Yeah, no, it wasn't the Wall Museum. It was just like it was done incredibly well. Like both of them were done incredibly well. I've got loads of footage that I need to get my ass into gear and edit together. But we also spent too much money on musical theatre, as we all want to do. Spent far too much money on musical theatre, and on Friday night we saw Hades Town, which is when you get like you go when you like go to the TKTS app and try and get the cheapest tickets that you can, that kind of thing. That's what we did. We just sort of like scrolled through in the morning, and we booked on the Friday, we booked tickets for Hades Town, and that was phenomenal. I cried so many times, and that was the one that Chris really, really wanted to see. And then the one that we saw on Saturday night was the Book of Mormon. Which is I'd known the story. I'd seen what the cool kids call a slime tutorial. I'd seen a slime tutorial of the Book of Mormon, but seeing it on the stage is oh my god, it was so good. But Sunday was a write-off. As you can well imagine, my legs still haven't recovered because of all of the walking that we did. But I'm so proud of myself that I got to do it and I got to do all of those things. But yeah, we did all of that, and that was kind of my weekend. Other than that, I've been mining. Forever mining. That's what I do now. In Elite, it's been a lot of fun. I will get more onto that in a little bit, but yeah.
Right. Well, apart from being ill with COVID and recovering from that again, no, I didn't come off my bike. It's now 3 weeks without bandages, so that's a good sign. I have been playing a lot of Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, which I don't know why. It's just suddenly clicked with me, and I just want to shoot things. I got put off Baldur's Gate 3 by this massive 85 gig download, which, that got me throttled by Virgin yesterday, which really annoyed me. Apart from that, I've got my GeForce Now Elite Commander up and running again. and I've nuked him, and Phoenix to Fake is now flying around in GeForce Now mode, trying out the new functionality, which we'll probably talk about later. But apart from that, I haven't really had a chance to do much else due to illness and other stuff. So, although I did make a breakthrough with my own little mobile phone game and managed to solve 3 or 4 bugs in one go, which now means that I can now move it on to the next stage, which is tidying up the graphics and actually start looking for some decent sound effects. So,
Amazing.
Pardon?
Amazing.
Yes, I, you know how you kind of stuck on something, and something is just absolutely stuck for months because there's a state change going everywhere. As well, I fixed that. As soon as that got fixed, everything else seemed to fall in place, and I just went, "Oh, I can't believe it." So, yeah, I'm quite happy about that. But let's go and talk about a different game. Development news. What have the devs said this week? Well, we have quite a surprisingly lot to talk about. The Type 11 Prospector obviously came out yesterday, and we had the release notes that came with it. And yeah, there was a lot more there than we were expecting. Now, obviously, we can talk about the ship now, because when it originally came out with a partner program, it didn't get the best reception. There's a lot of disappointment with it, especially with some of the graphics and its performance when compared to other ships you could buy. And so Frontier took it away. They polished it, they tweaked it, they relaunched it, and everybody thinks it's
massive overcorrection, but don't change it. Don't change it. Please don't change it. Oh my gosh, what a ship.
Oh yes.
Funny because I haven't had a chance to fly it at all, but I have been following stuff. So like been watching Psychic fly it, and I saw Burr's video on it. You know, basically comparing because Frontier launched it and said it was going to be the best mining ship, and I expected it to be the best by 10% better than the best you could get. You know, kind of carefully balanced, and it sounded certainly from Burr's thing like it didn't quite meet the mark. Like it was stripping an asteroid in 1 minute 40, where a well-built crate did it in 1 minute 10. You know, it was like it wasn't quite. But it sounds like, from what I gather, they then went fucking mental and said, "Sod it, let's just turn it up to 20 and give the crowd what they want." Or, I don't know. It seems like such a weird.
They did turn it up to 11.
Yeah.
So my biggest takeaway, and from like speaking to other people who have tried it, there were quite a lot of I would say probably, and this is a conservative estimate, that probably 85% of the people who gave it a go were like, "Oh no, this is bad," for multiple different reasons. Like mine was a lot to do with the aesthetics and to do with the way the ship just made me feel once I'd been in it. Like I was in bed for 3 hours. The photosensitive issues, the after watching the stream back and speaking to other commanders who were watching me as I was playing, the sound being so in one side, like a good portion of my face hurt from having to because it was like I was trying to not look at that side of the screen, like even subconsciously, and the whole of the side of my face hurt with it. And so those were my main problems, but people were saying how shitty it was in FA off. Again, the performance, I think as you said, Burr compared it to the crate mining jumpstart.
And it just wasn't great, was it? I mean, it was all right, but it
wasn't up to par.
No, not when it's advertised as the best miner ever, and then you can buy a better miner.
Mm-hmm.
You say that was a bit of a shocker, actually. But like they said, they've increased the limpet speed. They've increased the number of limpets it can carry. The spuff cam it does seem to be not as annoying with the lighting, which I think's great. I mean, that wasn't something that was annoying me per se, but I could see where people were getting annoyed with it. So. But then the actual have improved the performance. I thought they were just improving the roll a bit, but have I got that wrong?
What do you mean? Sorry, say that again.
Well, people have been saying, this thing is now a lot more maneuverable than it was.
It's the Mandalay of mining.
Oh, well, that's okay. As long as it's the Mandalay of mining, not the new Mandalay.
It's to say it's to mining what the Mandalay is to Elite. Sorry.
Right.
It's so good.
Right. What was because I can't remember where I read this. I thought the problem with its handling, I wish I had tried it, but I thought the problem with its handling, certainly in FA off, was that it was too twitchy.
I genuinely
impossible to control FA off.
I don't know. I don't fly FA off because my hands don't work properly. So.
Okay.
But I think there was a lot of feedback as it being just like people were saying that they were struggling to keep a handle of it, so maybe it was too twitchy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Phoenix Blue saying rolling was too twitchy. Yeah, okay. Thought I read that somewhere.
Yeah. So I mean that's pretty. It was definitely a glow up that it was needed.
Mm-hmm.
And
how many limpets did that size 5 thing have before?
8.
They made it 14. That's okay.
Yeah. I still recommend that you have that one and you have a prospector limpet separately.
100%, absolutely you do.
I've already done that. I haven't even taken off in my Type 11, which I started building this morning, but that was the one tip I took from elsewhere was have a separate prospector.
The Stella comes with a prospector, but it comes with a lot of things in the wrong slots, in my opinion. Like it comes with a size 1 prospector, when really I recommend putting a size 3 prospector in there. It's got a size 4 refinery, whereas the size 2 refinery holds more than a size 2 cargo rack would. So I would put the size 2 refinery in there. You don't really notice. And it's just a beast.
What does a bigger prospector give you?
2 limpets. 2 limpets, and the one switching the one out, should you wish, it will give you an opportunity to put like a flight assist model in there, so like a super cruise assist, or if you are brand new, in the case of some commanders who are buying this for the first time, especially with a new influx of potentially new commanders that are coming who might be buying this for the first time, something like, and they're struggling with a docking computer, you've got the space for a docking computer then as well.
Yeah, excellent. It also comes in 3 flavors, which we've discussed before. We've got the Type 11 standard for 16,500 arcs, which is about £8.50. The Prospector, which is 33,000 arcs, which is about £16. And then the Galactic one, which is 60,000 arcs, about £30 then. It's up to you whether you think that they're worth it. I know that it would probably cost you just as much if you were buying all the bits you got for the Galactic separately. It is a bit of a chunk of change to come out with, especially considering what other else things we've got to talk about. But yes, you now have 3 levels of pre-built ship to choose from. Right, so, but that's not all we got with this patch. Bloody hell, was it not all we got with this patch? First of all, system colonization construction efforts and fully constructed facilities can now be demolished or cancelled. Yes.
Good one.
So this, I mean, it's not everything. Obviously, your starter base, the base that you built at the very first of colonizing that system, that can't be destroyed. So you cannot colonize a system. So yeah, if you've put that one in the wrong place, well, tough.
There's a set spot where the first initial system goes, though, isn't there? There's like a little flag, so
yeah, you don't get to choose it.
you don't really get a choice. So,
but I guess if you don't like what you put there, you're sort of stuck.
Yeah,
Hey,
but apart from that, yes, you can basically destroy anything or remove anything that you have built in reverse order, which
I was
you've
going to say,
built it. So if you have something, which, say for instance, a refinery which needs a smaller installation, and you want to get rid of the smaller installation, you'd have to get rid of the refinery first, which it makes sense, and you get construction points back, but you do not get any of the cargo that you spent ages shipping.
Yeah, because you've been paid for that already.
Yes, or any of the arcs that you spent any names.
So only name it if you're absolutely certain you're happy that it's there.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know, I'm fine with this hardline approach.
Same.
It's like, it's just, it's so much faff to deal with. It's just like, no, don't get any of it back. Next question.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, you do get construction points back, or they're all totaled. It does mean that you can have minus construction tier 2 and 3 construction points. So that means that you'd have to build more stuff just to get it back to 0. But that it's your choice. Those are the consequences.
Yeah.
Deal with them.
It's funny. One of the things I'm torn about is I tried to build a space farm, and it's the one that ended up with the so it's got the really cool platform, the sort of multi landing pad platform. So it looks super cool, but it moves at 500 meters a second, so you can't land on it. And I'm torn over whether I should just destroy it. But I quite like it. I might just leave it there as a kind of novelty. Maybe use it in a race or something. I don't know. The thing is, if I destroy it and then put another one there, it's probably going to do exactly the same, isn't it? So I think it's the slot that's bugged, not the.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the
it will
put in
be.
it.
It'll be like it's like if you have if you're having a fleet carrier land there instead, or drop into that spot instead, that would be the thing that would be moving away. So it is just that spot at the moment, probably.
Yeah, and it hasn't cost me anything, so I'll probably just leave it. Interesting, though. It's quite fun to think about.
But
I like it.
They're not finished with colonization yet, because the system map shows all the incomplete constructions which are it now shows them on the galaxy map as well. So finally, I don't have to drill down 3 or 4 maps to the planetary level to find out how much I bloomin' need to carry, which was one of the things which. Oh, I was seeing stars. I was seeing just general. It was one
rage
of those.
Face, Colin Rage Face, right here.
Yeah, hashtag red face. Yes.
It happens a lot, doesn't it? Because you go to where you're collecting your stuff, and you collect a load of stuff, and you've still got like 47 slots left in your cargo, and you think, oh, what else do I need? And then you suddenly need your list.
Yeah, unfortunately,
my use an SRV survey.
Well, I use there's plenty of other tools out there, but.
Unfortunately, I'm now getting so old. My photographic memory is like a really scrudgy Polaroid, so it's not really the best one. So they've added a nice little quality of life thing to the actual shipping of cargo, which for my peace of mind, that's absolutely fantastic. I really are appreciative of that. But it turns out there's a whole load of other things which have happened as well. Oh, yes. The system, the new player experience has been enhanced a little, which we might as well touch on it now. There's a Steam sale on. Elite can be bought for, what was it, £2.50 with Odyssey?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, around that figure.
Yes. So, if you want an extra account of Elite with Odyssey, now's the time to try it. And in order to go hand in hand with that, they've put a Getting Started Elite Dangerous guide on the website, which is quite nice. But there's also changes that they've made to the new player experience. For instance, what happens at present, because this is what I've been doing for the last couple of days, is you go through both the tutorials. They feel more joined up because objectives are handed saying, right, okay, you've completed the on-foot part. You need to go downstairs and do the on-ship part. And you do the ship part, and then you come out. You've done the ship parts, and then all of a sudden they give you more stuff to do, like going to Pioneer Supplies. You interact with the terminal, you get a mission, you go off in your ship, and there is a brand new starter zone, which I think is fantastic. Because the one problem I always had with Odyssey was that it starts nowhere near the existing newbie zone. And it's got the same, they've added 4 systems to make them into this newbie zone. Yeah. And all these new systems, they've got the same characteristics as the old newbie zone. So that means only people who are harmless or the lowest ranks can actually stay in them. Nice. So it's a good place. You can fly around there, even in open, and you won't get ganked by a massive, a massive ganker.
They've also removed what's his face from the Chamberlain's Rest as well. Was it Crew? No.
Yeah, Delaney.
Yeah. So they've removed what's his face from there, and that's cool too. So there's no power play as part of that onboarding. There is there, just to clarify, because power play has its own onboarding, which I think is pretty good. Like those initial 5 missions.
Yeah, I mean those systems of, I mean, and at the moment I'm exploring all those systems, seeing what they've all got to offer. Because I know in the old Starty Zone there was places where you could go and you could try out combat zones for basically at newbie level, so you could get a feel of how that worked, and all that kind of stuff wasn't signposted properly, so a lot of people missed it. And I'm just wondering whether or not they've put that into this. So that's what I'm doing. I'm preparing a top shift on about how to start all that kind of stuff and things like that. So as I'm sure other people are preparing or doing videos as well. In addition, Psychic, you've got the fleet carrier. What would you like to tell us about the new changes to fleet carriers?
Squadron stuff. So it's now optional with a squadron fleet carrier or a squadron carrier to allow either squadron only or anyone to join your carrier. So anyone can come and land on your carrier if it's not, even if they're not a member of your squadron, which I think is absolutely fucking brilliant. You have the option. You can turn it off if you want to. If you're wanting to be insular and just have people from your squadron join and land on your squadron carrier, that's also fine, but you can have anyone now. There is also an option for turning on, there wasn't before, but you can now have notorious access turned on. Before, even if you were a member of the squadron, you couldn't land if you had notoriety, even with the squadron notoriety perk. The things that if you're not a member of the squadron, if you're not a member of my squadron and you land on my squadron's carrier, you can't rearm or repair, but you can buy limpets. You can buy limpets. There is they've added the means by which to buy limpets by putting a commodity market on the carrier, as one would expect. That's the way that you do it. So yeah, it's got a lot more functionality now, which is great, which is why mine's currently sitting in the double pay night hotspot nearest to Mantir.
Nice.
But yeah, I think that's it of the new squadron stuff. The only other thing that they've changed in the squadron stuff, you can see the squadron decal is now like, it's got like a backlight of blue when you're searching for it in the list of decals, so it's easier to see. But that's about it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, overall, for just a ship update. Oh,
Mhm.
there is one other thing which I do
I was
have to
going to
touch
say
on.
you
which
missed something.
Oh, did
A
I
few
miss
things,
something?
actually.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, there's actually two things I've missed so far. This update is a lot more than just a blooming ship.
Mhm.
Yeah, because not only that, first of all, they have adjusted the organic sampler scanning range from 75 meters to 750. Now, if you are a plant scanner like me, this is a bloody godsend.
Kind of.
Well, yeah.
Isn't 750 too far to see?
Yes.
No? You stand on the top of your ship. Well, it depends.
Mm.
If you're on a flat area and you stand on top of your ship and you
Yeah.
fire off your organic plant sampler, yes, you will see the full 750 meters.
Are you
without a problem.
certain that that's the case, Colin? Because I've heard multiple people say it's not.
Yes, I was. I'd heard a lot of people saying, "Why have they extended it so far? Because we can't see that far."
Yeah, because you will still have an audio trigger within 750, but I think doesn't the view drop off within about 225? Was my understanding. Yeah, there you go. Apathis is saying in chat when he tested on top of his ship, the highlighted plants were 250 meters away, around that.
Well, when I was testing it before, I found it. I was able to see the full range and was able to find what I needed. Now, admittedly, I was on top of my Imperial Clipper, but it's.
I mean, don't get me wrong; it's a massive improvement. But I explorers, let us know. Let us know either in the comments or in the Spotify comments. Let us know.
As someone who does this kind of exploring, it is I cannot explain how much of a relief it is, because when I stood, I think that what really got me was I stood on top of on this icy world, and the worst thing about this is, you've heard me complain about white bacterium on an icy world, and I hit that blooming scanner, goes out, and I see 1, 2, 3 of them all highlighted, which you never would have had a chance to see. So it is. I mean, even on top of the ship, gives you enough. And if you want to jetpack up, then it's
that's a good point.
Such
Actually,
a difference.
Time the ping nicely with the jetpack, so you're like at your max altitude when it reaches out. I like that. That's quite fun.
Yeah, I mean, I still wish they'd put something like that on the SRV, but as far as this goes, or even on the ship, but as far as this goes, this is a bloody godsend, and it's been something that I think plant scanners and explorers have been needing for years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that to me is the highlight of this patch, because of one of the gameplay loops that I do. But, and I've said before, we're still not done, because who's happy with their name?
I am.
Yeah, me too. I won't be using this.
It's cool though. It's cool.
It's cool that it exists, but it's not for me.
Yes, well, unfortunately, if you have got a name you don't like, you can now actually change it without having to nuke your character. Yes, we've now got a way to change your commander name. It'll cost you 500 arcs. You won't be renamed for about 7 days. They've given you a kind of cool-off period, but there's a couple of things that you need to be aware of. Number one, when you change your name, any first discoveries, plants, planets, the whole exploration side, they will still stay as your old name. Now, me and Alec were discussing this earlier, about the fact that, surely they do a cross-reference between the commander's ID and the commander name. Actually, they don't, because I remember discussing this with Michael Brooks, and he went, no, it's just the actual text of the name. I went, why? He said, just imagine the size of the database query and the join that would be involved with cross-referencing that over the millions of systems that have already been connected. No, we're just putting the text in. And all of a sudden I just went, yeah, God, that would be phenomenal, because even though we've only explored, what, 0.08% of the galaxy, that is still approximately...
I don't really want to get
400 million
into this, but I
systems.
don't agree. The table needs to be the size of the player base. You're looking up the ID in a table the size of a player base to get back their actual name.
I think basically
You don't need
Colin's
400
likely
billion.
saying that the database was poorly designed to begin with,
Yes, I still
and
think
fixing it retroactively would be bad.
yes, but I don't think it was a good design decision not to use IDs. I think it was a poor design decision not to use IDs.
I think if they had put that join in where they were having to pull back the actual commander via an ID, I think we'd be all complaining about loading up of system maps and things like that, to be honest.
Nah.
I do that kind of thing daily in my job, and over a bigger database, I suspect that Elite Dangerous, and it is not an issue.
Yeah, no, same.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't know what
Anyway,
database
we
they
can't do
decided
it.
to use.
We can't do it. And
Yes.
here's the one that I think is intriguing is, so if you change your name,
yes,
and then 30 days later, which is another thing, somebody else changes their name to be your old name,
yeah,
then suddenly their commander aligns with all your old first discoveries. So just be warned if you.
That's so funny.
Oh, I
If
know.
you decide to change your name, 30 days from now, somebody else can effectively claim all your first discoveries and codex entries, by the way.
Yeah, but not any monetary value for it, because that's
No.
already been paid out to you.
No.
Just to point that out. Just because you've managed to basically spike someone's name doesn't mean the fact you get all their exploration rank and money. So, but it is a good way to troll, I thought. So overall, is everybody happy with this patch?
No, it's rubbish.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I'm a little bit confused that 2 megaships still haven't met up, but
Yeah, I
I'm
think
a
someone's.
little bit confused about that. The fact that they were moving around so readily, that's kind of giving
I
me
think someone
pause. But
started
that's
that
great.
story too soon.
100% agree. 100% agree. It should have been started now.
Yeah.
Anyway, on top of that, we've now got one of these fantastic ship websites. The Prospector website is just like we've had one for the Corsair and the Panther Clipper Mark II. We've now got the Prospector, the Lacon Prospector website. Are you ready to rock? Website, which I think's great.
This one's wonderful. This one might be my favorite. It's Guardians of the Galaxy vibes.
Oh
yeah,
it's so good.
Definitely.
So let's. I must admit, when the trailer came out, I was there thinking, yes, this is the kind of mining ship that I would love. And yeah, as we've mentioned before, they have now, because Elite Dangerous is so cheap at the moment, they have now put in an extra special getting started guide, which I haven't had a chance to go through it in a great deal of detail yet, but yeah,
It's
as
really
long
good.
as
I was going to read a paragraph out, but I won't because we're short on time. We've got a lot to get through. But it's really good. I really like the way it's written. It sneaks in a few little not adverts, but it mentions the pre-builts, but in entirely appropriate ways. So it talks about exploration and ships and what sort of ship, and then it says, or you could just buy the jumpstart, whatever it is, and so it sneaks that. But it's fine. It's not too pushy with that, and I really like it. It style. It uses quite a lot of community stuff. It talks about the honk it talks about stuff that we talk about, which I think is really cool. It's not too po-faced as a Frontier written starter guide. And it's the final paragraph. I would just say I really like. I think it's a really cool attitude to playing the game.
Excellent. Well, I guess I will hand over to your good self, Alec, for the community news.
And now, to the community coroner.
It's a dead game, innit, mate?
I feel like we've got a lot to talk about, so I'm really going to whiz through this because I threw this together at the last minute anyway. First of all, I want to give a massive shout out to Commander Sulu, who is in chat, who's typing. Hey Sulu, his typing is not super proficient, so he's mostly listening, but he's playing Elite. He's been in Discord. He's been listening to stuff, and it's just absolutely fucking wonderful to see you back, mate. So yeah, we're all so psyched for you. So yeah, good stuff. Item two. Oh yeah, this is just a quick PSA. Something that I spotted today. It's a bit of a shock to me personally. Some people probably won't give a crap. IMGUR, which is the image hosting website, is no longer available in the UK as of today. If, like me, you use IMGUR to host every single image you have ever posted on the forum, they've all gone. So for me personally, I'm still trying to come to terms with this, but I might stop using the forum because I don't know. I have poured my heart and soul into creating content on the forum, illustrated content using hundreds of screenshots and images. And for example, my guide to interesting colonization systems is obviously a very image-heavy thing that I've created. Those images have all gone, and I don't know that I can be asked to recreate it.
Is it political asking what's happened to Imagure?
It's to do with the age restriction thing. They just can't be asked, so they've blocked the UK.
They've said that rather than comply
This is why
with
we
the
can't have
UK's
nice things.
government, they've just said, well,
I don't blame them. I really don't blame them. Okay, fine.
So yeah,
Yeah.
obviously, we've got things like a lot of people don't use it. So you can embed images directly in the forum. Some people use Flickr. So, but obviously, it's a pretty big blow to the forum if you start going to something like the screenshots thread on the forum. It looks very different today.
Yeah, and all my images from the Elite Dangerous Miniature games, every single one was uploaded on that.
Yeah, so you can.
That's
I've
done.
started this process today. I will let you know next week how I get on, but you can ask to have all your data sent to you. So I'm going to try that. It'll be huge. I'd be interested to see if they send me a 2 terabyte zip file, but I've asked for my images back, so we'll see what happens. Right, let's move on. There's a load to get through. Interestingly, Ben, who has been looking at these two colliding planets, I just wanted to mention that Canon have successfully colonized Shepherd's Warning, which is one of the sort of Ed Astro. I think it was the galaxy's first collision involving a landable atmospheric planet. So we had one last year sometime. I think it was really spectacular. So they've colonized that now, and they have surface and orbital sites that will offer ringside views of the next collision, which is due to happen in June next year. So one for the diaries, because I think that will be visually really spectacular. I have been approached, I might even stage a race, some kind of, race against the clock kind of thing on those planets. Maybe we'll have the next Dracula rally there or something. That'd be really funny. Anyway, yeah, so there's that. Right, let's whiz through some of these videos so we can get on to main discussion. Indigo, this seems timely given the delayed ongoing mystery that's kind of stalled. If people have now completely forgotten what all that was about, then Indigo has released a video called Elite's New Event Could Lead to Something Big. And if nothing else, it's a really good recap of all that stuff that happened several weeks ago that we've probably all forgotten now. The story and the treasure hunt and the system permit and all that stuff. So if you want to recap, there's a good one by Indigo that we'll include the link to. Commander Exorcist, I've got a couple from Exorcist. So the first is saying goodbye to Out There, a brief message. So people that have followed Exorcist for many years will know that he has been doing this regular, in fact, I think it's the longest running Elite Dangerous exploration series that's out there, called Out There, which is beautiful photography and music and some very chill vibes and just looking at exploration systems that he's in. He has decided to stop doing them. They're incredibly time consuming to make, which I can well believe. He actually released a video a month or two back showing just how how he goes about just getting some of the shots for one episode of Out There, and it's an incredibly meticulous process. So yeah, it's a lot of work, and he doesn't get actually that much engagement from them anymore. So much as he loves the series, that is coming to an end. I think the last actual Out There may have just come out, and then the next one is going to be a sort of best of, I believe. So probably watch out for the next episode of Out There, because it'll be a kind of highlights reel, which should be really good. Exorcist is, however, still making other videos. Speaking of which, so it's worth saying actually that a bunch of the people on the partner program, maybe elsewhere, I don't know, have been approached by Frontier to sort of make a bunch to try and make guides. They've sort of promoted the idea that people might want to make some guides that they can promote. So they're obviously really digging into getting, onboarding new people in all sorts of ways. So they're trying to encourage people to make a load of guides. So we've got a couple. There's a Jumpstart an Exploration Career in Elite Dangerous by Exorcist. And there's an Elite Dangerous Mining for Beginners, Laser Mining Explained by Ricardo's Gaming. I'm sure there's loads of others. I see that people like Ghost Giraffe's doing a regular stream, which looks like a sort of new player guide in stream format. I know a lot of the streamers are doing guides. So yeah, look out there, because there's loads of new player guide stuff coming out, which is all really cool. Right, last couple of things. Papa Wolf, who I featured last week, I think, I can't remember what it was, but it's sort of relatively new to me, but probably worth subscribing to because there's some good stuff. Has just released a really nice first in a series, I think, of sightseeing videos, just showcasing Mitterrand Hollow, which I'm sure a lot of us old timers will know and love. But if you haven't seen Mitterrand Hollow before, it's a really nice video, not just showing nice footage of Mitterrand Hollow, but also going into a bit of its history and why it is the way it is. So yeah, and the last video, rather cheeky, but I've thrown one of my own in. I've mentioned several weeks in a row now that I was working on building this incredibly complex ship time trial that went around buildings and under tunnels, and how difficult it's been to get it working. I have now got it working, and it's really cool. So if anyone fancies flying a ship around a time trial, the time trial is called the Spiralizer, and I made a little promo video for it. So I'll bung that in the show notes. And that's it. Let's move on.
Yay.
Colin?
I could just about hear him, but he sounded miles away.
Miles away. If you have a community event which is taking place soon and would like us to shout about it across the airwaves, then you can tweet the crew at Lave Radio or email us at info@laveradio.com. So what's been happening in the last couple of weeks? Well, we've had a couple of news items. Ironically, one of them was exobiologist demand answers as HIP 87621 speculation grows. I think that it's just basically saying we're still thinking about this mystery. She's still missing. Terry Torres still missing. What's going on?
It should have started much later, man. Oh man.
Maybe the fact it was October Consortium might have been a clue.
Can't be, because Lexi October has been in the Codex for a really long time, so it can't be anything to do with that. I don't think that's important at all. Lexi October is the leader of the October Consortium. She is referenced in the Codex an awful lot when it comes to the Consortium stuff. So I just think it's a name. I don't think it's anything to do with a clue. I think we will get it this month though, or like in October now.
So yeah, I mean, even the Empire, the Federation, the Alliance have all been pressed on to find out what's happening in that system, or who actually has the permit, but no one's talking. So yes, that's still just hanging about. We'll see what happens later. And of course, on the 29th, they announced finally that the Type 11 prospector has been released. And yes, have fun. So, unfortunately, due to time constraints this week, I haven't been able to do any Power Places rankings. So, I guess it's that time of the week again.
Store alert!
In the bi-weekly newsletter, here come paint jobs for your art. In the bi-weekly newsletter, here come paint jobs for your art. A store alert, a store alert, a store alert, a store alert, a store alert. Each one will you buy? A store alert, 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 a store alert. Each one will you buy?
And welcome back. Yes, well, there is so much. I mean, so much stuff that's available in the stores at the moment. I mean, obviously, we have the standard, the Stellar, and of course the Galactic. But there's 11 more Type 11 paint jobs.
Is it 11 more? Or is it even more than that?
They have gone to town with these paint jobs. They've really, not that we're complaining, although I'm quite sure someone will.
I mean, it's the same as what's dropped with the other, a very similar amount as to what's dropped with, like, for example, the Panther Clipper. I believe it was very, very similar. But they're nice enough. They're nice enough kits. I would like to just posit a question to you guys, because we are super fortunate in that the four of us have been given those each the Standard, the Stellar, and the Galactic by Frontier. If you were buying this, which one would you choose? Which option would you choose out of the three?
Out of the three, well, it depends on how I was feeling how rich I was feeling at the time, because I know that I would probably get everything anyway at some point. And I know, because there's with the Galactic, you get 2 ship kits, you get and of course the holo kit pack, which when you actually add them all up comes to more than £30. But yeah, so if I wanted to get all that in one big go, I would have gone with the Galactic. If, however, I was feeling a bit poor, then I would have missed the Stellar completely and just gone with the Standard and built the rest up over time. I mean, there's some skins in there that I really, really do like. So yeah, I would have been tempted with the Galactic if I'd just been paid.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Can I ask a question there, Colin?
Mm-hmm.
Do you actually like the holograph?
I think I do. I'm not 100% sure just yet, but I like it more than I don't like it. If
That's
that sounds
fair.
weird.
That's fair.
So
I think the idea would work really well in some of the racing ships.
Yeah, I'm hoping we'll see more of them.
There's a new category. There's a new category in
Yeah.
in the store for these holo kits. So I'm assuming that we will get them.
And it's
Yeah.
and like in game in the in game there's kind of a new thing. You can apply kits and you can apply paint jobs, and now you can apply holographs. It's kind of its own thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because it is available as separately as the Chevron holo kit is available as a separate item on the store. So when you add that up along with the two ship the two ship kits, and on top of that the access to the ship itself, you are talking more than 60,000 orcs for that stuff if you buy it separately. So I think it's and this is ironic because before I would have said, well, if someone buys that, I'll be following them around and laughing at them for having more money than sense. And then I actually added it all up and went, no, actually, it's quite sensible if you want all that stuff at the same time. So I have to. I have to.
A lot of sense.
I have to eat a humble pie on that one. So.
Yeah, if you like it, go for it. To answer Claire's question, I would get the cheapest.
Yep.
Because okay, so I mean, and this I'm speaking from the fact that I have been given them all for free, and I'm using the cheapest. So I want to build my own ship. I like outfitting my own ship, so I haven't used any of the pre-built stuff. I've started with a stock ship and I'm doing my own outfitting. I really like the industrial JCB yellow look, and although all the other paint jobs and things are all very interesting, I like the industrial yellow JCB look. I think it really suits the big industrial mining ship. So I've gotten with this. So I've got the stock yellow. I haven't got a paint job on it at all. I quite like the roll cages, and I have some of those on. I forget which ship kit that is, but they tend to obscure the ID and name.
Yeah, that's a hazard ship kit. I think you're talking about.
I've taken quite a lot of them off again. So I basically, having been given all of this stuff for free, I'm using a stock ship which I'm outfitting myself with the stock yellow paint job and a couple of roll cages that I could happily take off again. So yeah, I wouldn't pay a dime more than I needed to for it. But that's me. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I'm in the middle then, because I would probably go with the Stellar one because I'm not a fan of the hologram. I'm not a fan of the Chevron ship kit stuff. But basically, it adds what looks like a whole lot of chunky armor over your ship. Whereas the Stellar one doesn't have the hologram, so I'm not paying for that to begin with. And like Alex said, I like the roll cages. I like just having the bars there.
Yeah, they're quite cool. Yeah, quite cool.
So I like that ship kit. And yeah, I'm with Alec. I'm rocking the yellow look because it's a JCB mining ship.
And also the I forgot to say on the holograms, but I do like them, but not for this ship. As a
When I get this on a racing ship, if I did racing, I'd be all over that.
Yeah.
For me, to answer my own question on the back of all of that, it would be I'm with Alec. The standard, because I don't like the idea of I will even if I'm using the standard, I will switch out every internal module, because if I'm going to engineer it, I don't want to have an engineered module that I can't take off my ship, because if you take off the pre-built modules, they just disappear. You can't store them, you sell them. So that's always the way that I've done that with any of the ships that I've got. And this is again saying thank you very much, Frontier, for providing all of that. I bought the pink skin because it's amazing and it looks great with the chevrons. It looks really fun. I really like it. It's such a nuts ship though. And I think that's what I like the most about it, is how nonsense it is. But some of the front bits really do obscure quite a bit of your vision. I think, doesn't it look good though? It's such a nonsense looking ship for a nonsense looking mechanic. Oh, what a time.
I must admit, the one. I mean, I understand where Alex coming from for the base yellow, because it does look like a JCB digger, and but I must admit, I'm looking at that Type 2 Prospector Demolition Red, and I'm thinking, whoa, that's the one that I mean, yeah, they've got midnight, but normally I love a midnight black. I don't think midnight black works with this ship. It has to be something big, yellow, and and red. I think.
I think
they all look great.
I
Looking at
genuinely
the
think the more
screenshot.
noise it makes, is even better.
So yeah, but that's not all. Again, that's not all that we're getting. If you look in the sale, practically everything's on sale.
There is quite a lot of stuff on sale. Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a lot to say. There's a lot of the Panther Clipper stuff, surprisingly, has been cut in price. But there's also the Rookie Cosmetics Starter Bundle. Now, this is quite interesting for the moment, is that if you buy, it's free at the moment.
Yep.
So you can just log in, get this Cosmetic Starter Bundle, and if you've just started out, or if you have a Cobra Mark III already, you've got it. That's it. They're giving it away for free. It's a 16-piece ship kit. You get the Speedway blue, the Crossfire blue, and the Slipstream blue paint jobs. Which, to tell you the truth, for I've got that look on my Cobra Mark III when I do buckyball on the standard Cobra, yes, it is actually quite a nice kit.
It's really nice. It's really nice. It's a really cool giveaway giveaway item as part of all of this onboarding. It's almost as if Frontier are really focusing on onboarding new players at the moment. But yeah, it's really nice. It's really, really good.
Yeah. So yeah. Anybody else want to have a quick talk about the store items?
I think the sale's awesome. I love the sale. I just wish, can we get the game directly from Frontier these days?
Yes, you can get the game.
How?
Never on sale,
I was looking on their site and it's taking me straight to Steam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the site now forwards it straight. I think part of it now forwards you straight to Steam to get it.
And the buy now button is going straight to Steam.
What you do is you just click on Deluxe Edition, and then underneath there you got Steam, Epic, and Frontier. You click on Frontier, and then it'll take you to the Elite Dangerous Deluxe Edition Frontier. And you can buy it there. But
is it on Frontier there as well, or is it
no,
because
I have just clicked through to it, and it's saying it's 22 quid there, as opposed to £3 on Steam. Yeah. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, £3. It's not even a pint. No, it's not even a pint.
It's not even
half a fucking pint. Where the hell do you live?
Yorkshire.
It's still not even half a pint. Surely, God.
I don't actually know how much a half pint is, but I know pints have gone up to nearly a fiver. I'm fucking
nearly a fiver.
Nearly
oh my
a
God,
fiver.
the North.
I used to dream of when pints were nearly a fiver. Oh, the heady days.
I'd say nearly a fiver disgusting.
We bought two halves of Coke in London, and it was over a tenner.
Jesus Christ!
I think there might have been pints, but it was a lot of money, and I'm not happy about it.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Well, there you are. Elite Dangerous, now cheaper than half a Starbucks.
I was going to say, it's about the same price as the Greg Sausage Roll, isn't it?
No, Greg Sausage Rolls, they're supposed to be about £1, aren't they?
Sausage roll thrice. I don't know. You could get sausage roll thrice and not get the other one. Never mind.
Elite Dangerous with 3 sausage rolls. Right, well, on that bombshell, we will take a break and then we'll come back with some more chat about what's been happening lately.
It's finally here. The Panther Clipper Mark II. The biggest, baddest shaver in town is back and now has 25% more trimming storage capacity for the same amount of physical space. Because science. Size doesn't need to mean inconvenience with our new foldable hand grips to fit the charging pad. No need for any other clippers or cutters. The Panther Clipper Mark II is all the shaver you'll need. The Panther Clipper Mark II from Saracen. Are you happy now?
Just last week I was mixing Sidewinder slammers at a seedy space bar. I wasn't even pilot registered. And now I have a ship and a basic starting mission for the Federal Navy. I'm going to see the galaxy. I've left my old life behind and now I'm delivering semiconductors to 61 Cygni. The recruiting officer told me it's a simple run and I'll get payment and immediate promotion. Wait, what's that? Is that a ship coming? Wait, what's that? Is that a ship incoming? Are they looking for me? What do they...
Hey Commanders, this is Mick from Crazy Mick's Reptile Emporium and Warehouse. Due to a hysterical ordering mishap and not reading the fine print, I'm currently in possession of over 10,000 snakes. Many of which are deadly, so everything must go. We have anacondas, asps, cobras, diamondbacks, fodlans, keelback, kraits, mambas, pythons, sidewinders and vipers, none of which are capable of spaceflight without being strapped to a rocket. Need a pet for your cockpit? Buy a snake. Need to scare your mother-in-law and give her a heart attack for the insurance money? Buy a snake. Need to fill a beluga full of snakes to assassinate a witness on their way to a Federation courthouse? Buy many snakes. Bulk discounts are available at Crazy Mick's Reptile Emporium and Warehouse. You can find us in the Lave Business Directory or visit us at the former site of Sensible Michael's Shipyard and Outfitting Warehouse. Will somebody get these mother snakes out of my mother warehouse?
From the creators of luggage limpets and passenger lounge suitcase shuttles comes the latest revolution in passenger transportation. The passenger cannon. For centuries, circus performers have perfected the technique of being fired from a cannon. Paired with our new memory gel passenger pod impact absorption technology, you too can speed up disembarkation times from your liner by up to 250%. No longer be limited by pad sizes and excessive docking fees with the passenger cannon. But how does it all work? First, all passengers will be issued with a passenger pod inflation suit during transit. On approach to your passenger's destination, simply fill the inflation suit with our patented impact-absorbing memory gel. Then, once in a stable position in proximity to the destination, effortlessly slide them into the disembarkation chamber ready for launch. The passenger cannon is now available in both gimbaled and turreted varieties to make aiming elementary. Make your liner one of the top 1% in the galaxy. Buy a passenger cannon today. Warning, passenger cannon must not be operated on high-gravity planets or near geysers.
Welcome back. Well, we had to, because we were away for 2 weeks, we have separated the question of the week into part A and part B.
Well, we had to, really. Well, we had to, because the question that we asked is, will you be buying the Type 11? And then they fucking changed it, didn't they? So, while I think some of the answers are would have been very similar each side, but they changed it, and the community reaction has changed for the most part about it. So, so we asked 2 weeks ago, we asked, will you be buying the Type 11 Prospector? If not, why not? Those kind of things, and
yes,
yeah.
I'll start us off with Dan Technic. I love the look. I love the idea of specialized ships, and we have already discussed. I even love the holographic ship kits. That price, though, is full DLC pricing, and for me, it's starting to feel exploitative and scummy. I hate to say it. I love the game, and I'm definitely not a hater.
Yeah, so with regard to like the 60k Arcs one, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where it's coming from, but then I did check how much you'd have to bar,
Mhm.
how much it'd be for the Star Citizen equivalent.
I mean, that's very difficult to quantify because you're adding together a game that's been released for 10 years and a game that's still waiting.
Yes.
So.
Oh, put it this way, even the Stellar, I'm there going, well, yeah, compared to that, that's good value for money, I'm afraid to say. So, yeah, that's me.
It is still the
The
price of the whole
lovely
game.
LCU.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alec?
No, it's all right. I was just saying, however you cut it, 30 quid is the price of a game. So it seems a
Yeah.
lot for cosmetic.
I feel like my mantra 2 weeks ago when we first had a go with it was like, hey, don't buy it, buy Jump Space instead.
Yeah.
I still think that's the case. Don't buy that edition, buy Jump Space instead. And maybe buy the Stellar if you really want it, or the Standard if you really, really want it that much. Still buy Jump Space because it's really good. Anyway.
Not sure what game you're buying, but I guess some games are. But I had a heart attack when I looked at the new Borderlands, and that's coming in at nearly 90.
Wow.
Anyway, LCU No Fool Like One is saying, I don't need it. I expect at some point when I'm back out in the black, I will buy a pre-build so I can mine some tritium in an emergency. But mining's not my thing.
And that is the issue sometimes with specialized ships. It only appeals to, I was going to say specialized people, but no. People
LCU
who
is a very
specialized
special
roles. No. It's got a more limited appeal, I'd say.
Yeah. I have seen that discussion bouncing around backwards and forwards a bit now about whether a specialized ship's a good thing or a bad thing. Opinions are split anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe
we can talk about that next week.
Yeah. Picasso says, yes, I will be getting the basic model as I do usually. I love the ship's look. It will be great for screenshots, and maybe I'll try some mining again. Not really done any since I got enough low temp diamonds to buy 2 carriers.
Yeah. And Commander Jarenstad answered with, and I'll get a Stellar Edition, not for the modules, but for the ship kit and paint job included.
That's the reason why I would end up getting the Galactic Edition, because I would have wanted everything that went with it.
Yeah.
Then everybody can follow me around and laugh.
This is from 2 weeks ago, before all of the changes were added.
True.
Just as a reminder.
True. I've got Gaz Ubermick. Love the look, but having seen Commander Burr's video, the video with the little flappy wings, I'm on the fence about it. I wonder if he changes his mind. We'll come to that. Saw they've since buffed it a bit, but we'll wait for the release to see how it goes and spend the arcs if the subsequent reviews are good. It'll be a day one if I don't buy it on release.
It'll be the first one I don't buy on release.
I got that wrong. Yes.
Colin's EP, sorry.
Yeah, until it's a sleep deprivation kicking in here. It'll be the first one I don't buy on release, but when I do, it absolutely won't be that and watering Burning Galactic Edition. Ah, dear.
Yeah. Right, Mad Dog is saying, first off, I hate mining. But I will be buying the base model because I think it's got such a cool aesthetic to it. Totally agree. And I like to think that the Type 11 will tempt me into the mining life, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's got that insane repeater gun. How can you refuse that? Keep your helmet on when you come to bed tonight.
Well, no, I get what people were saying, because when this first version came out, I played it without the VR helmet, and I thought it was absolutely fine. As soon as I put the VR helmet on, oh no, no. Yeah, so I'm glad they made those changes.
Does the I'm guessing it behaves like any other mining gun. I assume people have tried shooting all sorts of other things with the
Yeah,
repeater gun.
what would you like to know? What would you like to know? Shields go down. Yes, they do. Do you damage hull a little tiny bit? I think it does something like 6 DPS.
Okay. What I'm hearing is that we could kill Burr with it.
Yeah, 100%. The
Excellent.
next Kill
Noted.
Burr event
Good.
could be you could kill him with a
We can mine him to death.
You'd have to get pretty close. It's got a bit of a spread.
Stuff to death. Got it. It's me. Taller Ghost. Taller Ghost says, I have to see the paint job and ship kit that gets bundled with the Stellar Edition in game before I decide it. Just don't put your images on Imgur. With the other ships, I bought the Stellar Edition since I wanted the ship kit anyway, but as the T11 launches with several options, I might pick the standard one and pick a cosmetic I like. Yeah. These are all good options.
Good shout. Commander Datanode says, I'm concerned about creeping pay to win, so I'm going to wait until October the 2nd. If we get a mining related CG, I won't buy it until it goes into general release. If not, I'll happily get it on the 2nd of October for ARCs. I really hope I can get it early, but have to draw a line somewhere. I love that. I love that sort of like self-policing, like I'm not gonna get it. We haven't really touched on this yet with regard to the CG, because there's a mining CG that launched with a look to testing the type 11. I keep wanting to call it a type 10, but with a look to testing the type 11. You don't have to be in the top 75% to gain the rewards. You just have to deliver one item to gain the special rewards. So it's not quite as bad.
Well, it's not remotely as bad. I mean, buying a Type 11 gets you nothing, really.
You still get higher in the tier, but with less. You get a quicker reward with less. So you'd effectively get a bigger cash reward once it's finished, because the time investment is undoubtedly a lot less than the if you were using let's just say a crate mining jumpstart. It's a huge difference now, but the people who want to see their name in the top 10 commanders, I'll be very surprised if most of them haven't bought the type 10.
How much cargo does the 11 carry? Is there a thing? Is there a thing where, although it can mine incredibly quickly, you have to make more trips to sell stuff?
No, that was the other way around. It was the previous version. It was the crate, the jumpstart crate. It could mine faster, but it didn't have the same capacity as the Type 11. The Type 11 has a decent capacity.
Okay.
It certainly has now. It's got the mining speed now. No, I like the fact that the CG that's out there, it doesn't really have a special item, the top 75% in order to get special cargo racket or whatever. I'm relieved that they haven't put that in.
Yeah, I think they might have heard. I think they might have heard those criticisms and reined that back in a bit.
I think they were valid.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree. I'm glad that they've rolled back for that. There's enough there to there's enough there to entice you to use your Type 11, but it's not as if it's going to give you a huge. You can get money, but then again, money's quite easy to come by in Elite Dangerous at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, the way the Type 11 is now, I would say is arguably a match for a combat build, and if you're concentrating on combat or exploration, it's up there as far as like a more of a balanced thing now, more balanced now. I think mining fell off the wayside a little tiny bit. Sorry to have derailed from the question of the week, but I just thought it was an interesting an interesting point to have.
I was just thinking actually that if you if you spend arcs to get a Type 11 to do well in this CG to earn, more in-game credits, I think the joke's on you because credits are completely worthless. And if you're spending arcs to get elite, in-game credits, then I think the joke is kind of on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think personally, I think Frontier have heard the criticisms that were leveled at the Panther Clipper CG, and at least they've acted on it. So yes, I have Finn McRaven. Sorry, I'll get us back on track.
Sorry.
Thanks, Colin.
While I love it, it might be the first one I don't buy with arcs because new ships outbalancing new gameplay is beginning to show. Personally, I'd pause any new ships for 2026 and put all the effort into new activities. Sell it as DLC by all means, but content is needed more than ships.
Do you not think though, Finn, direct question to Finn, do we not think that the new ships sort of generate new content with it or help facilitate new content? Or not necessarily new content, but help rejuvenate old content?
I think, when you look at what we've got with this update, there's certainly new content that came with it. I do feel that with this kind of stuff, it's the ships are paying for the new content. I mean, we've had...
Yeah, and they're doing both. I'd say they're doing both.
I mean, we've had
new content,
new power play, new colonization, both of which I don't think would have been enough by themselves to generate the same amount of revenue than the ships that came with it last year. And as much as we might feel a little bit how much about the Galactic Edition, anything that brings more money in to support the game, I think, is a good thing because let's be honest, box sales ain't going to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, I've said this before multiple times, but if you're, I don't think you should just be going, well, I'm going to blanket buy the biggest version just to support Frontier. I genuinely think they needed to change the Type 11 before they could get the sales that they needed to get out of it. But yeah, just don't buy for a blanket support, buy to actually get things that you want.
Yep. Right, Finn McRaven.
Nope.
While I love it, it might be the first... oh, you just moved. Sorry. Daedalus, that's where we are. Daedalus. Or Daedalus. I've always bought the top-level pre-built ships. The cost of this one has made me pause. There are several entire games I want that are cheaper than that. I'm rethinking the whole thing and may not buy it at all before it was a dead cert. Yeah, I completely agree there. I mean, I think I got Borderlands 3 for a $5. And okay, Borderlands 3 is a couple of years old now, but I wasn't paying 80 quid for Borderlands 4. And I was like, oh, I haven't played Borderlands 3 yet. I enjoyed Borderlands 1 and 2. I'll get that then.
Yeah.
A $5 I'll think about.
I do think that it might be an experiment for them, where they're trying to see what can they sell with the most packaging.
I thought you were going to say they're trying to see what can they squeeze out of the community, and I was about to go, Colin, but you didn't, so that's fine.
No, I mean, if it had just been one small extra unique thing, or even worse, something that was only available with a Stellar pack, like I don't know, a certain module that you only got with a Galactic pack. Yeah, I would have been livid. I'd be jumping up and down saying pay and hitting that pay to win bell left, right, and center. But again, it is when you add up all the ship kits that you get with it and what they've priced the holographic stuff at, then yeah, it's still, if you wanted to get all that stuff in one go, it's still better value for money because it still would have cost you more than 60,000 arcs for the whole lot.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean, is they're trying to see what people are prepared to pay for the whole lot, if you like. They're probably turning. There's probably a.
But so basically, how much can they actually rinse from commanders? I'm still joking.
Because you don't quite want to say that.
That was a really long way of saying that, Colin. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you know what I mean. There'll be some bean counter that says, right, okay, well, if you add all of this stuff up, it'll come to about 75,000 arcs. So we'll offer the whole package for 60,000. So that means they've saved 15,000 arcs. And
you get a lot.
Well, that's
a lot
about
for
a
your money.
fiver, is it? Or six fivers.
Be about £7.50 saving or something.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, it all depends on how much you want to pay. If you want all that stuff, then you
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's back to the old Eve monocle again. People they charge $50 for basically a monocle that you could put on your commander, if you like, and everyone went ballistic over that. And
in a good way or a bad way?
Oh,
bad way. Come on.
It's sold out. It's sold out. People.
I was going to say, people want to buy
because there will still be people that will buy shit like that. There will genuinely be people that will buy shit like that. Horse armor.
Exactly.
Horse armor. There was another one. You know, it's a tale as old as time, as a teapot once said.
Horse armor is the whole thing about microtransactions comes from horse armor.
Absolutely, it does.
And now they've relaunched Oblivion again with horse armor. Sorry, Alec, please save us.
Moving not so swiftly on. Little Big Ian says, until I can see how much they've calmed down the flashing strobe effect of the spuff cannon, I can't commit to getting one and using it. Guess I'll be watching streams to find out. After all the issues with flashy textures and lighting, and then okaying a flashy spuff cannon just does not make sense.
Yep.
Newsflash, not so flashy anymore.
Not so flashy anymore. Again, these were pre the update. Very importantly so. Chebs Will says, until I can see how much they have calmed down the flashing / strobe effect of the spuff cannon, I can't commit to getting one and using it. Guess I'll be watching streams to find... Oh, no, that's not Will. That's Chris. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I have copied and pasted. It looks cool, so possibly getting it. Honestly, though, this does have a chance of me waiting until early release. I was going to say, that doesn't sound like Will. That was measured. It does, but this does have a chance of me waiting until after early release. At the moment, I'm not mining much, and it really doesn't seem good for anything else. I might be it might be amusing to gear it up as best as possible for combat and have a go at a war zone, or try taking out Thargoids with it. If I get it, it will depend on my mood for the day. Somebody's already taken out a Hydra with it. I'm sure it took them multiple hours. Yeah, it
Someone's actually managed to take out a Hydra with the spuff
apparently
cannon?
so. Apparently there was stuff on the not on the spuff.
Not the spuff cannon, but
with the other
Type
bits.
11.
No, I don't. To tell you the
Type
truth,
11.
it doesn't matter. They can only take it out with a spuff cannon, otherwise it doesn't count. Go.
I remember that video.
Go
Somebody.
I do that.
I don't know if it's still possible, but somebody did punch an anaconda to death way back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
that's
heard-
someone.
yeah, I've-
Anaconda
yeah.
to death.
That again. That probably took us long.
I have no ski. This is a really tough one. On the other hand, if FDev haven't buffed it sufficiently to make it the best-in-class mining ship, it represents poor value for money, and I shouldn't buy it. On the other hand, if they have done that, it's clearly pay to win, and to avoid engaging in evil corp game dev practices, I shouldn't buy it. Then to add a third horn and complete the trilemma, it's a stunning looking ship and most appealing so far in my humble opinion, and thus I have to buy it. I think I'll take the third horn and let my conscience and financial probity fight it out between them. Nowski, that was phenomenal.
And we're moving from Nowski to Nicey. I'm still in the full credits camp. I'm very glad that they are taking on feedback from the partner program. Or should I say the beta testers. Oh, and the extended Dysonator scanner range is very much appreciated. Dysonator, Jesus, Ben.
Yeah.
And it also seems like that they have learned from the last CG pay-to-win fiasco. Yes, they have. And the new one for next week, as I write this, has no crazy rewards. Yay!
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bring back top 75% rewards when there's no. They're fine as a concept, but not when there's a pay-to-win shit. Anyway, move on, Alex. Steph, Commander Xena says, I'll certainly pick one up, principally to support Frontier. Whether it will replace my mining cutter for the occasional evening of mining once every few months remains to be seen. So far, the ARX ships, with the exception of the Corsair, have replaced my other ships in general use. NPCs don't seem to like them as much as we do. Perhaps NPCs are traditionalists. I'm glad Steph brought this up because I've been meaning to mention this on the show for weeks and weeks now. I think quite a long time ago, we mistakenly said that NPCs do use the new ships.
They were. They've stopped.
Definitely don't now.
Yeah, they definitely don't now. There was a time when there were NPCs in some of the new ships. Maybe it was connected to the shadows.
Really?
Yeah, it got removed. For some reason, they're no longer there.
Did you witness it yourself?
Yes, I have seen an MP. I've seen NPCs in Python 2, I believe. Yeah, like some of the earlier ones I saw them in.
I wonder why they stopped it.
Yeah. It seems like a mistake. Because it's a cool advert. See some, even an NPC flying a Type 11, you go, that looks cool. I want to get that. Seems a mistake.
Profane Pagan says, love to see they quickly set up a pipeline to fix the issues what our dear elite partners fed back to FDev. This partner program is turning out to be more effective than the issue tracker. I was hyped for this neat industrial workhorse Type 11, and now I'm even more hyped. I'm so glad the stroboscope effect and the audio issue will be fixed. I have sensory sensitivity. Thank you for your valuable feedbacks.
Excellent. So, yes, that was before. Let us move on to the...
That was in the before times.
But now the Type 11 is awesome.
Yeah, now the Type 11 is great and everyone should get it.
Wow, I think the Type 11's too good. Sorry.
I'll kick it off with Daedalus. Definitely getting one now. I love the aesthetics. I get a bit tired of the use an anaconda for everything late game approach. Something tailored for the specific role really appeals to me. Mining may be a vulnerable occupation flying solo, so I always have the SLF anyway.
I haven't even got in mine once. It's in my ship. I haven't got into it, and I certainly haven't bought a crew member.
Yeah.
Crew members are absolutely necessary for that, I think.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I've flown it quite a bit, and I haven't had a I haven't had a problem, but I've been in private group not in Hazreses.
Because
go on.
I never have a crew member. Because I use SLFs for like screenshots, or just because I want to fly the SLF round something myself, so I don't really care what the mothership's doing.
Yeah.
If you're in a combat situation where you're actually trying to use the SLF, as a means of defense, if you jump into the SLF, what does your ship do?
If you don't have a crew member, it just hangs there.
It just sits there doing nothing.
It sits there doing nothing. In fact, to tell you the truth,
What if you have turrets and you start the turrets firing and then you jump
No,
into your
that doesn't
SLF?
work.
Nope, doesn't work.
I posited that once, and chat told me that I was stupid.
Okay. Do they just stop firing?
They just stop firing because you're not in charge of the ship.
Okay.
What I usually do, which is
Can't you leave a
hardly
brick
as
on the button? Never mind. You know what I mean?
hardly
take that
as an
work, it.
expert, I usually
Apparently not.
sacrifice my crew member to get the other ship facing away from me, and then when the other ship's chasing my crew member, and then shoot them off the arse.
Yeah.
There are tactics. As long as you've got an SLF pilot who's better than, say, expert, they're useful. Until then, they're not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ben.
Okay, should we go back to what other people are saying?
Yeah. We
let's do
talk
that
about it though. We also talk about it though, Ben, during that. I don't know if you've been on the show before, but we do talk about it.
I think I've been talking about it most. Anyway, Commander Germano Mosconi is saying, "It's too good to be true. I feel stealth nerves here and there, especially on the big chunks of material percentage and drop rate. By the way, normal collectors look really bad in comparison to the Mark II module."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
All
know
of that is
collectors look
accurate.
different. I'll have to check that now. Is that why they all fly around in circles now?
They all fly around in circles. Yep, all your collectors fly around. They're really quick. The new collectors are super fast, to the extent that people have been like, "Oh, I don't like the fact that they've slowed down the prospector limpets." They haven't. They haven't slowed down the prospector limpets. Just the collector limpets are really quick, especially if you're using like a different prospector.
Their speed and them flying around in a circle, that's not unique to the Mark II module.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
All collector limpets do the it's like the Thargoid spinning round thing.
That makes sense, yeah.
It can be quite distracting.
Yeah,
because it's so bloody pretty to look at.
Mm-hmm. Even on your like your radar, when you've got multiple people with you and you're doing all, and you've all got like these little halos beneath you, it's kind of fun.
It's so cute.
Can't wait. Large Nails says, "I really don't know about this one. I think I'm going to hold off for reviews of the fixed version. I've been using a cutter to mine for ages, and I generally just laser mine anyhow. So unless it has much bigger improvement in mining rate, I can't see me getting it. Even then, it needs an increased carry facility. The special racks might do it, but who knows? I love the looks, etc. I just don't think it has a use case that stacks up for me."
It does. It does. It's a much bigger improvement in the mining rate. Commander Snails, it's great. I feel like I'm in an infomercial for it. What a difference a week rate makes. Incredible. Evo Flash says, entry-level variant for me, yes. I'm intrigued to see what other roles I can find for it. I get a strong sense of role play from it. As an 80s sci-fi film type of ship with the big bad looming disaster around the just around the corner. It's so good.
Yeah,
such a good ship.
This is the kind of ship you'd expect it to be the Millennium Falcon. Because the Millennium Falcon is not it was never designed to be the fantastic ship it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is a heap of junk. And you just imagine if someone takes this and turns it to an absolute unit of a fighter.
I mean, I genuinely see it as being potentially very good as an explorer.
Well, I have Moz. Mining is added to my to-do list, and we'll get round to it eventually, and probably pick up a T11 then. Still looking for biological stains on the galactic carpet slab surface at the moment. Well, I hope you enjoy your new Dysonized range extender.
Yeah, there you go.
Dysonized range extender.
Sheb's will. Okay, I did get it. And yes, it looks cool, and is a beast of a surface miner from what I have done. I do think an option to turn back on the flashing lights would have been nice. From the vids I've seen, From the vids I can see, why option to remove is good. Oh, from the vids I've seen, I can see why the option to remove is good. Yes, sorry, failing at reading there. But choice is always good too. And yeah, I agree. I mean, from seeing some of the videos, it does look very pretty, but God, it could be
No, honestly, you did not need a choice. Trust me, you do not need a choice on that shit. It is what we don't need is Frontier to be sued by someone who has a seizure because they didn't know. They didn't know, and that is what
sued over so
triggered
many
it.
other things like that anyway.
Yeah, well, absolutely. But in 2025, for them to be adding something new that also did that is mind-boggling. And it's a very welcome for it to be removed. And trust me when I say, as someone who doesn't have photosensitivity issues, trust me, you did not need that in your life.
Right. Little Biggian is back. Little Biggian is back and says, okay, for my second review, I think they overtuned it and made it mine like a big ship, but in medium ship clothes. Also, the Mark II mining controller makes all other Olympic controllers pap.
100% accurate. Accurate take.
Dead on. Okay, Claire. Right,
right, lads.
Prepare ourselves.
Lads, buckle up because this is a belter. Sir Oberon's been in touch and says, so, after my panning of the Type 11 a few weeks back in a previous question of the week, I felt it was only fair for me to actually get one and try it out. Fair's fair, right? I splashed the cash, got the mid-range option and took it out. No engineering, but A-rated. Felt like this was a good deal to see if I was right on my assumptions or booking myself at the lonely table for one in the corner to enjoy a nice slice of humble pie. And how did it go? From the offset, the first thing I noticed was what felt like I was in a box, with a view forward only. Without turning your head, there is what appears to be a blanking panel to your left and right. Only by turning your head do you notice that there are windows. But unless you do, you strangely feel like you have tunnel vision. Tell me I'm not the only person who noticed this. For the record, I'm not in VR, so my head is pretty static most of the time. I didn't notice it until I read his comment. Okay, with that out of the way, the handling, oh my, it's actually very good. Far more responsive than I thought, and that's without any dirty drive engineering. And the strangest thing is, with the cargo scoop down, there doesn't seem to be any drag. I know, what's drag in space? While the speed is reduced, it's not overly noticeable. It flits and flirts with asteroids way better than most other ships, to the point where I caught myself wondering, could this actually be the best mining ship? The spuff cannon, you're welcome. I love it. I admit it. I enjoyed unloading my volley and watching the goodness rain off the asteroids. I was harsh in my words before, but the tighter spread, was definitely needed. A noted change that I personally welcome. The drone controller, nope, they changed the name again, damn it. Totally needed it to keep up with the chunks you want to gobble up. And I do love how the limpets orbit in a nice little ring below your ship. Never noticed that before, so apologies if it was already a thing. First time for me, so I'm going to praise it. Cargo, I appreciate it for its I appreciate it's for balance, but I still think they needed to allow for dedicated cargo slots. It's just not enough. When I go manic mining, I'm at it for hours, or I want to be. Unfortunately, with the Type 11, it just doesn't have the staying power. After 2 hours, it was done, and I was just getting warmed up. Verdict. All in all, I'm more impressed than I wanted to be, but do feel that it has room for better. That is not as bad a thing as it sounds. It does leave scope for non-dedicated ships to best it in one area or another. However, personally, I want my Sunday afternoon to be spent doing one thing when it isn't sleeping off a roast dinner, not taking several trips to a station to unload and restock. On this, the T11 is going to have a hard time dislodging my laser mining cutter for those hardcore mining sessions. And then so everyone had to start a new line because he'd hit the post limit. The Type The Type 11 is fine if you want a quickie. Got 2 hours to kill but don't want to shoot stuff in the face? Then the Type 11 will be right up your alley. Ready and willing. Does it mine better? 100% yes. You do get more tons per asteroids than laser mining alone. More than cracking in tons per minute? Absolutely. Would I recommend it? Strangely, for ARCs, yes. But not at the 65 million credits in the shipyard for the bare bones full insurance job. Right, I think I've said more than enough on this. Now serve me up some of that humble pie and don't forget the cream. On another note, I don't believe I didn't notice this before, but several questions of the week back, I had a mini bitch about the narrow slot view on the Panther. I only realised this weekend the view from the cockpit is bigger and better. When did that happen? Cheers, FDev. I don't know that that's happened.
Did it? How?
Maybe you have just been indoctrinated to enjoy the Panther Clipper.
Possible.
I don't think it's changed. I haven't noticed. Sir Oberon. I joke when I say you do a really long thing, but it's so wonderful. I love it so much.
Yes, and I'm quite sure that Ben almost passed out with the amount of innuendos that were in there.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, round of applause to Claire and Sir Oberon for actually writing it in the first place.
It's a beautiful lyrical way with words, and I love it so much.
Right,
and
before
now I
I
need
do...
to get back in the Clipper. I need to get out in the Clipper now and look at this view.
So I think overall, in conclusion, for the show and for the release, we can. I don't think we've got a bad word to say about it, really.
I have one bad word to say.
Oh, well,
I want this ramp going up to the front door, the back door, looks amazing, and I just want to walk. I want them to move that blue circle to the back door. I want to walk up and down my ramp. Damn it! It looks amazing. Sorry.
So you want to
what you're after is the back door.
He wants backdoor access. Is what I was going to ask.
I want backdoor access. I'm right.
Okay, cool. Good to know. We almost made it through a whole show.
Yeah, I know we did. Almost. All right. Does anybody have any other business? Nope.
No.
Well, if that's the case, then just allow me to say that yes, we're still we are on Spotify. So if you would like to follow us, it does help with the ratings and the algorithms and
well
does.
Well done, Colin. I'm so proud of you for doing a call to action at the end of the show.
It does help, and of course, we've noticed we've got a lot more comments than we used to, and
great.
we do enjoy reading them. Although I will refuse to say hello to anyone's mum. So
let's stop doing it then. Let's stop asking people to do it.
So with that, let's do our shout-outs. Our sister station, Hutton Orbital Radio, it broadcasts on a Thursday at 8:30. You can tune in at twitch.tv Hutton Orbital Truckers. Or if you just want the audio, go to radio.forthemug.com. For the discerning commander that likes a bit of CQC action, check out the CQC Discord at discord.me/Elite Dangerous CQC. It's a pity because bloomin' heck, we couldn't get a plain deathmatch working, but the team deathmatch worked great. Also, we'll give shout outs to the other Elite Dangerous podcasts. So that's hello to the Guard Frequency, who do other space games as well. Big hello to the Loose Screws over there on the other side of the pond. And if you speak French.
No, wait, hang on. I let the funky music do the talking. I was completely elsewhere. I'm so sorry. I fumbled the bit. I'm really sorry.
Listen, we've all had reading problems today. I think we're being forgiven here. Yes, if you speak French. No, you've got me at it now. Right, there's the Elite Dangerous podcast, and they also do these fantastic missions as well. Following on from this, we have the latest Galnet News Digest, as provided by Commander Witherspoon and Commander Beetlejude. And thanks to everybody who's chipped in the Twitch chat. And the in-game commanders, we've got our Rocky Star, Valkyrie C, Kitty Anna, and of course Jeannie Van Zyl. Oh, and of course the Chris Mark IV, who's staring
I've
longingly
also
out of the window.
I've also been
Oh, yeah.
joined by Commander Thrillseist.
Oh, very nice. Someone's kept Ben company.
Yay! I feel all warm and fuzzy.
Excellent. Special thanks go to Commander Tokuso, JN Tracks, and of course Alan Stroud, who have all created music that we use in the show. So that's it for another episode of Lave Radio. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, you can find the contact links in the home/contact us menu of the laveradio.com website. Do let us know if you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like us to discuss in a future episode. Lave Radio is recorded live on a Tuesday evening at 8:30 and streamed out on laveradio.com/live. So, thanks to Ben.
Good night, Colin.
Thanks to Alec.
Thanks, Colin. Night all.
Thanks to Claire.
Someone's knocking at my door.
And special thanks goes to today's tech specialist, the Chris Mark V.
You're welcome.
Excellent. So until next time, Commanders, fly safe. And if you can't do that, fly dangerous.
Is your life like this? Sounds like someone having an orange inserted. Need a safe word.
Space can be lonely.
I'm going to see the galaxy.
Ah, damn it. No worries, guys. Hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Galnet News Digest, 29th of September 3311. We read the news so you don't have to. On the day the Lakon Type 11 Prospector becomes available in early access for anyone with at least 16,500 ARCs to spare, Lakon launches a trial to demonstrate just how good their new ship is. Squadron carriers unexpectedly acquire a commodities market. System architects get to demolish some of what they built. And Archon Delane has 4 systems confiscated to make more room for new commanders.
Following the release of the Type 11 Prospector today, Lakon Spaceways has announced a mining trial that aims to show how much better the Type 11 is than even the Panther Clipper. The Type 11 is available in early access for ARCs, together with its unique modules, the Mark II Mining Repeater and the Mark II Mining Limpet Controller. Lakon asserts that the Type 11 can extract more minerals per asteroid than any other mining vessel, and it's certainly more fun to fly around asteroids than the Panther Clipper. The mining trial is at Maltzberg Vision in the Andea system. All commanders with a mining ship, which means a ship with mining lasers, prospector and collector limpet controllers, a refinery, and some cargo space are welcome to take part in the trial by signing up, mining platinum, painite and osmium from metallic or metal-rich planetary rings, and then selling it into Maltzberg Vision's commodity market. The market will pay 6 times the galactic average, so it's a good way to boost your credit balance. All contributors will be awarded a Lakon Spaceways decal and an Umbra cyan paint job for the Type 11 Prospector. There's also a reward for the community as a whole. For each tier completed during the 2 weeks of the initiative, the squadron perk for increased mining fragment yield will be permanently increased by 1%, giving a possible maximum increased fragment yield of 20%. It'll be interesting to see whether the Type 11 is everything Lakon believes it to be.
Brewer Corporation, the organisation in charge of the Trailblazers Colonisation Initiative, is allowing system architects to demolish constructions that may not have had the desired effect. But there are some limitations and warnings. Part-built or completed facilities can be marked for demolition by the system architect. Demolition takes place on Thursdays, making the construction slots available for reuse. Any Tier 2 or Tier 3 construction points used will also be refunded, and any Tier 2 or Tier 3 points awarded on completion of the facility will be deducted, meaning that negative construction point balances are possible. You cannot demolish a facility that's a prerequisite for another facility without first demolishing the dependent facility. In order to build an orbital research station, for example, you must first have built a research biosettlement. If you want to demolish the settlement, you must first either build another one to support the orbital research station, or you must demolish the research station 1 week and the unwanted settlement the next. The first port built to create a colony cannot be decommissioned, so it is not possible to uncolonize a system. There are 2 key warnings. The commodities used to build a facility will not be refunded when the facility is demolished. And if you paid ARCs to rename the facility, those ARCs will not be refunded either. So it's perhaps a good thing that there's an option to cancel the demolition before the next weekly maintenance, after which the facility will be gone for good. In related news, the commodities required to complete constructions that are in progress can now be viewed on the galaxy map, either as a system total or by each facility under construction. Away from colonisation, there have been a few unexpected changes to squadron carriers, with the introduction of a commodities market, and the ability to let non-squadron members land on the carrier. We are also finally able to restock limpets on our squadron carrier. For exobiologists, the handheld organic sampler is now able to show what organics there are up to a maximum of 750 metres away, although it can be hard to see the colour indication from such a distance. Just what prompted Supratech to make this improvement remains a mystery, as does the fate of Territora. We're still waiting for news, although it seems likely we'll get some sort of update later this week.
In other news, Archon Delane is reported to be absolutely livid after 4 of his power play systems, including a stronghold and a fortified system, were taken over by the Pilots Federation to expand the safe part of the galaxy reserved for newly qualified members of the Pilots Federation. The HIP 97950, Congoloka, Nguna Bojo and Arapahoe systems are now pirate-free zones, and commanders are now permitted to choose a new name on payment of 500 ARCs and approval of the new name. Names cannot be longer than 20 characters or have spaces at the start or end. You cannot rename your commander twice within 7 days, so it's a lot less practical to rename your commander Evel Knievel for that buckyball race. Exploration discoveries and first footfalls made under the old commander name will continue to be credited to the old name, as will any codex entries. The old commander name will be reserved for you for 30 days in case you change your mind. After that, it will be open to anyone that wants it.
Commander LCU No Fool Like One of Canon Interstellar Research claims that 2 inhabited planets are about to collide, and he's planning to be there to witness the disaster. The moons that will collide are bodies 8b and 8c in the Rienardi system. A previous prediction of a collision turned out to be a near miss, but this time Elite Observatory agrees with Commander LCU's calculations, so disaster seems inevitable. The collision is likely to start at around 1910 Galactic Time on Tuesday the 30th of September, and to last for about 2.5 hours with a maximum of 25% overlap. The 2 bases in the danger zone are Sosa Biological and Data Biological Forum. Citizens living at both of these bases are warned to evacuate in good time. Sightseers may be able to witness a genuinely spectacular event on foot, but are warned that travel to the Rienardi system is entirely at their own risk.
And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News, we rename the commanders so you don't have to.